What if I told you that on the 9th of September, the universe will pull back a curtain it has kept shut for centuries, revealing secrets humanity was never meant to touch? This isn't just another date on the calendar. This is a cosmic key turning in the lock of a forbidden door. The 9/9 portal is not simply opening, it's roaring to life, humming with frequencies that can awaken, disrupt, or transform you forever. And if you're not spiritually tuned in, you won't even realize the shift has begun until it's already reshaping your reality. Chosen ones. This alignment is no accident. Portals like this are rare. And when they open, they don't just release light, they release revelation. Mysteries hidden since the dawn of man are about to leak into the fabric of our consciousness. But here's the warning: not everyone will be ready. And not everyone will be able to handle what's coming through. That's why you're here. That's why you were drawn to this moment. Comment 777 if your spirit can already feel the pull of something ancient calling your name. And to every single one of you who has supported this channel, whether through your prayers, your time, your shares, or your super thanks, know that your presence here is not random. You are part of a gathering heaven has orchestrated for this very hour. Because what's about to happen after the 9th of September will not just be history, it will be a prophecy unfolding in real time. And before I tell you what's coming through this portal, you need to understand why it was kept locked for so long. That's where we begin. God's chosen ones. The 9th of September, cosmic portal is unlocking secrets humanity was never meant to know. Most years, a portal arrives like a single announcement from the heavens, startling but self-contained. This time, something larger is drafting behind it, closing in with measured intent. The first wave will seize attention, the posts, the whispers, the rush of testimony. Yet the second wave is timed to the beat of the unseen, arriving with the accuracy of a surgeon's cut. Many will taste the first tremor and mistake relief for arrival. They will loosen their stance and lower their shield. What happens when a generation celebrates the spark and sleeps through the ignition? Scripture has warned about timings like this. For you yourselves are fully aware that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. This is not chaos, it is choreography. The 9/9 portal does not complete the journey, it initiates it. The first surge is the trumpet rehearsal, not the shout of victory. In Joshua's conquest, the walls did not fall at the first march. They yielded at the appointed cry, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." Joshua 6:16. The pattern holds: movement before manifestation, obedience before outcome. Could the quiet between waves be the very sign that the true moment is approaching rather than receding? Here's a telling example from the world of art and soul. Spanish painter Francisco Goya, 1746-1828, began as a court favorite, bright and celebratory, then shifted into the shadowed intensity of his later works. The transformation wasn't a random spectacle. It was a response to forces most never saw, but he clearly felt. Early applause would have crowned the first phase and silenced the evolution. Many will meet this portal the way audiences met Goya's change, confused by the pause, unsure about the silence, tempted to declare the work finished when the canvas is only at its underpainting. The adversary thrives in that premature verdict. A cautionary figure from economic history, Charles Ponzi, 1882-1949, built a mirage of fast returns. The first gain conditioned people to relax. The second movement was collapse indictments. Prison. reputations ruined. That is the nature of counterfeit momentum, a bright opening act designed to make the audience forget there is a second half. If the first sensation is pleasant enough, who will stay vigilant for the real test? Now to the calendar you're watching. You may feel a lift around the 8th, a charge, a clarity, even a near breakthrough. That sensation is not the destination. It is the bait for those who equate emotion with completion. Right after that, the atmosphere may go still. That stillness is not absence, it's alignment. There is a time to keep silent and a time to speak. Ecclesiastes 3-7. And in the silence, strength is refined. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. Psalm 27-14. Will you treat the quiet as closure or as a countdown? Then comes the sequence that shifts everything. The 9/9 portal cracks the door. The full moon does not simply open it further. It tears the hinge clean. When that second wave lands, it will separate the moved from the merely impressed. The ones who endure the lull will meet the surge with readiness rather than surprise. That is why the command stands, be always on the watch, and pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen. Luke 21:36. When the hinge breaks and the corridor floods with light, will you be found unarmed or already standing at attention? Chosen one, hold your ground. Do not let the thrill of the first ripple rob you of the true tide. Grip your assignment. Guard your gates. Fix your focus. When others exhale and drift, rise. When the room goes silent, stand. When the second wave arrives, advance. This is not the hour to fold. This is the hour to be forged. Up on your feet, lift your head, steady your heart, and move with the timing of heaven. The truth is, what you've felt so far is not the final unlocking. It's only the prelude. Behind this first gateway stands another barrier, not made of stone or steel, but of something denser, heavier, almost alive in its resistance. This second wall will not greet you with the warmth of growth, but with the weight of gravity. On the 9th of September, it will descend, not as an enemy, but as a test. And in that moment, the air itself will seem to shift. Will you mistake this pressure for failure, or recognize it as the tightening grip before a birth? In the language of Scripture, seeds are never neutral. Proverbs 18:21 declares, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. On this day, the energy does not merely surround you, it listens. It records. Every word you release into the atmosphere will behave like a seed cast into fertile ground. The tragedy? Many will unknowingly plant weeds, careless sentences, casual curses over their own destiny. I already know it won't work. I'll probably mess it up again. Nothing ever changes for me. They will speak these as though they are harmless echoes, not realizing they are signing the blueprint of their next season. Nature itself offers the warning. Deep in the Amazon, there is a vine known as the strangler fig. It begins life gently, wrapping around a tree in apparent support, but slowly, subtly, it tightens until it robs its host of light and life, leaving only a hollow shell. Words work the same way. They either wrap you in life or constrict you into lifelessness. If your own speech is the vine, is it feeding you or suffocating you? Art and story have seen this truth woven through them. In Victor Hugo's Les Misérables, there is a moment when the character, Fantine, broken by circumstance, repeats her misfortune as if reciting a script. Her life bends to the words she speaks. until the prophecy of her own lips becomes her fate. The same danger hovers on the 9th of September, that in the most charged spiritual hour, people will narrate their collapse instead of declaring their victory. James 3-4 reminds us, "Look at the ships also, though they are so large and are driven by strong winds. They are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs." On this portal day, your tongue is that rudder. Speak fear, and the ship turns toward the storm. Speak faith, and it sails toward safe harbor. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, says Colossians 4-6. For what you say in the gravity of the 9th of September will echo beyond the day itself. So here is the summons. Chosen one, guard your language like you guard your life. Refuse to release any word you would not want to harvest. When the second wall drops, stand tall. Speak life and plant truth. And when the gravity hits, do not bow to it. Use it as the weight that strengthens your stance. This is the hour to rise, not with noise, but with precision. Every word is a seed. Every sentence is a sword. Wield them as if heaven is watching, because it is. On a day like the 9/9 portal, words are not just sounds carried on air, they are like architectural blueprints. Each syllable, a load-bearing beam in the unseen structure of your next chapter, and on this date, those beams are made of denser material, resonating with a frequency that imprints directly into your reality. This is not about performing some hollow, toxic positivity, pretending the cracks in your walls aren't there. If your foundations have been shaken lately, if your spirit has felt under siege, if your recent efforts have collapsed like scaffolding in a sudden storm, acknowledge it. But acknowledgement is different from surrender. Why design a bridge and then set fire to it before you've even stepped onto it? Scripture warns against this subtle sabotage. Proverbs 13:3 says, "Whoever guards his mouth preserves his life. He who opens wide his lips comes to ruin." When you narrate a downfall before the battle even begins, you are not being realistic. You are sealing your own gate with the cement of doubt, locking yourself inside the unfinished courtyard. The 9/9 portal is not summoning perfection. It is asking for an open threshold, even if only wide enough for a single shaft of light to enter. In the discipline of acoustics, there is a phenomenon called sympathetic resonance, when one object vibrates because another nearby produces a matching frequency. On portal days, your words act as that, initiating vibration. Speak defeat, and the atmosphere around you will resonate with it. Speak life, and the same unseen physics will echo it back. Jesus himself affirmed in Matthew 12:37, "For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." This is not a poetic metaphor, it is a spiritual law, as exact as any equation in physics. In the world of leadership and innovation, this truth holds. The Italian architect and engineer Pier Luigi Nervi, known for designing structures of astonishing strength and elegance, once said, "Concrete is not strong by nature, it is strong because of the shape we give it." Your life's framework on this day is shaped the same way. The portal provides the raw material, but your words pour the mold. Shape it with fear, and you will live inside a fortress that keeps blessings out. Shape it with faith, and you create an archway that can bear the weight of your calling. If the architecture of your future is poured today, will you be able to live in the house your words build? This is why silence on 9/9 is not weakness, it is strategy. Ecclesiastes 3-7 reminds us, there is a time to keep silence, and a time to speak. If the only sentences forming on your tongue are ones that barricade your own progress, then let the blueprints rest unmarked. Let the moment surprise you. Let the architect of heaven draw the lines while you hold your peace. And if your body starts sending strange signals, a sudden heaviness in your limbs, an unexplainable shift in your heartbeat, a restless mind, as the night approaches, do not panic. These are not failures, they are calibrations. Just as a tuning fork vibrates to match the pitch it's designed for, your body may be aligning to the frequency of what's being built in you. Isaías 40:31 declares, "But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." This is the posture for 9/9, not frantic building, not reckless speaking, but deliberate alignment. So, chosen one, stand firm in this threshold. Guard the gates of your mouth. Hold the line in silence until the right words come. And when they do, let them be bricks of life, not barriers of death. Tomorrow is not the day to collapse under the weight of your own prophecy. It is the day to rise, steady and ready, so that when heaven swings the door wide, you can walk through without the rubble of your own making at your feet. Lift your head, steel your heart. This battle is not about perfect speech, it's about the courage to leave your future open, not sick, not broken, simply different. That's the reality for many chosen ones, stepping into this cycle. Some are already whispering about a strange pressure pressing against the inside of their skull, as though the mind itself has become a vessel brimming to the edge. Others describe brief spells of dizziness, like the ground beneath them has shifted a fraction of an inch, breaking the agreement their feet have always had with the earth. A few speak of sudden brain zaps, tiny flashes in the mind, like someone in a distant control room flipped the switch off and on again in less than a second. But what if these sensations aren't symptoms to be treated, but signals to be interpreted? This is not random. It is not dangerous. And no, you are not losing your grip on reality. These sensations are the friction points between the current state of your soul and the divine upgrade pressing its way through the narrow passage into your life. Acts 2:17 speaks of this very kind of shift. In the last days, God says, "I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams." Visions do not arrive in silence. They shake the vessel to make room for what has never been there before. From the realm of modern creativity, the acclaimed choreographer Pina Bausch once reflected, "Dance, dance, otherwise we are lost." Her words were not about entertainment, but about movement as a survival instinct, a way to let the body speak when language fails. In much the same way, what you're feeling now is your spirit's movement to keep pace with heaven's tempo. The Lion's Gate is not simply a curtain of light draping down from above. It is a magnet. It draws into you the frequencies, visions, and assignments that have been waiting for your readiness. But as every architect of strategy knows, the enemy thrives in distortion. Richard Neville, the 16th Earl of Warwick, known in English history as the Kingmaker, for a time, he pulled kings into power with his influence, only to topple them when their loyalty shifted. His legacy, betrayal, exile, and a name that became a cautionary whisper in royal halls. In this portal season, spiritual kingmakers will also try to pull you into one momentum, then abruptly strip it away, leaving you in chaos. The dizziness you feel is not weakness. It's your system rejecting false thrones before they can crown you. Then comes the push, The full moon after Lion's Gate acts like a sacred tide, drawing out what has been stagnant, heavy, and unmoving in the chambers of your soul. Just as John 15:2 declares, "He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit." There is a pruning at work here. The energy first draws in the necessary, then expels the obsolete. The two forces pull and push work in tandem, like the inhale and exhale that keep you alive. So when the lights in your mind flicker, when your balance shifts, when your thoughts feel crowded, remember, this is the clearing before the coronation. Hold steady. Keep your sword sharpened. Speak life, not doubt. For the upgrade you feel, pressing at the edges of your being, is not here to destroy you, it is here to enthrone you. Rise into it. Stand your ground. Let the magnet pull in what is yours, and the tide carry away what was never meant to stay. A high-pitched ringing in your ears, a gentle wave of nausea that comes and goes like a tide, sudden shifts in body temperature, warmth blooming in your chest one moment, a cool shiver brushing your skin the next, and that strange, fuzzy pressure that seems to nestle right behind your eyes. These are not punishments. They are not malfunctions. They are adjustments. The energy does not arrive with polite knocks on the door of your awareness. It simply steps in, unannounced, like dawn spilling through a window before you've opened your eyes. If you feel drained but cannot sleep, hungry but unable to eat, or weighed down yet somehow sharply clear in thought, do not resist the sensation. These are the early tremors before the spiritual quake. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10 is not a call to inactivity, but to cooperation, letting the divine current recalibrate you without thrashing against it. Would you demand the river stop flowing just because you're not ready to swim? Nature understands this process without protest. In the mountains of the Andes, there is a rare plant called the Puya Raimondii. It waits decades before blooming once in its lifetime. In those final weeks before the bloom, it pulls every resource toward the center, and to an untrained eye, it appears to be weakening. But that stillness is not decay. It is preparation for the most extraordinary burst of life it will ever know. In the same way, the exhaustion you feel now is not depletion. It is the consolidation of energy for what is about to surge through you. The stories we tell on stage echo this rhythm. In Giuseppe Verdi's opera Otello, there is a moment of eerie calm before the final tragic storm. The orchestra drops to a hush, the characters hold their breath, and the audience leans into the silence, knowing, without words, that something irreversible is moments away. Your sleepless nights, your restless mind, your body's mixed signals, these are your orchestra's hush. They mean the energy has already found you. If your consciousness feels wide awake while your body begs for rest, it is because you are being kept in this half-lit place for a reason. Luke 12:35 urges, "Be dressed ready for service, and keep your lamps burning." Your spirit is on watch while your body lays still. The tossing and turning, the strange clarity in the fog of fatigue, all of it means you are not adrift in this moment. You are being positioned. So the real question is, are you just restless? Or are you being readied for something heaven doesn't want you to miss? So, chosen one, stop fighting the adjustment. Stop dissecting every sensation. Simply notice. Stay present. For when the surge arrives in its fullness, you will not need to chase it. You will already be inside it. Hold the line. Trust the process. Let the energy finish what it came to start. This is not the typical restless night where your body simply refuses to surrender to sleep. No. This is something far more profound, an energetic upheaval, an invisible current flowing through your very being. As the 9/9 portal activates, it doesn't merely open a door, it fractures the boundaries of linear time and space within your consciousness. You are no longer wrestling with mundane thoughts, but are immersed in an overwhelming flood of signals, frequencies, and fragments of memories that defy ownership. What does it mean when your mind is no longer just a vessel of your own experiences, but a receiver for cosmic data streams? Have you ever felt the sensation of existing between two worlds, neither fully anchored in the past, nor completely embraced by what lies ahead? The prophet Isaiah once spoke of this. Your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, "This is the way. Walk in it." When you turn to the right or when you turn to the left, Isaiah 30-21. Could this word behind you be the whisper of the cosmic frequencies now pressing against your soul, guiding yet unsettling? When the frequencies shift, so too does your internal architecture, much like a cathedral's vaulted ceilings responding to seismic vibrations. These portals challenge the very foundations of your mental and spiritual design. Some of you might experience this as a relentless static, a white noise that fills your ears in the dead of night. Much like a radio tower, saturated with electromagnetic waves. The neurologist Oliver Sacks once remarked on tinnitus as a mysterious ringing that can become an unyielding presence. Here, however, this noise is not a symptom of disorder, but a signal of transition. A physical manifestation of the spiritual gateway, aligning your energy with a new timeline. This auditory disturbance, whether perceived as high-pitched piercing sounds or a deafening unnatural silence, is the interference zone, the liminal space between your old reality and the new one beckoning you forward. Why do some hear nothing at all? Others report a void where dreams once lived, a blank, bottomless descent into emptiness. The dreamscape, traditionally a theater of the subconscious, seems to close its curtains, leaving you in a state of cosmic hush. The Apostle Paul, in 2 Corinthians 12:2-4, described a man caught up to the third heaven, caught up into paradise, yet unable to speak of what was seen. Are you perhaps caught in a similar sacred silence, where the old ways of understanding fall away before the unfathomable mysteries begin to unfold? The metaphor of the lotus flower unfolding in slow motion beneath murky waters. The petals don't reveal themselves all at once but emerge gradually, responding to unseen forces beneath the surface. Similarly, your mind is in the midst of an intricate process of unfolding, catalyzed by frequencies and resonances far beyond ordinary human perception. The physicist Nassim Haramein theorizes that consciousness resonates at multiple frequencies simultaneously. Interacting with the universe's fundamental structures, you are, in effect, an antenna recalibrating to receive signals from realms previously closed off. In the words of the renowned Jesuit priest and philosopher Teilhard de Chardin, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. This portal is awakening the spiritual layers encoded within your very DNA, a process not unlike the quiet hum of quantum particles vibrating beneath solid matter, invisible yet integral to existence. In stark contrast stands the archetype of the disruptor, those who resist this transition, clinging to the old paradigms. Take the example of Icarus from Greek mythology, a figure often overlooked in Christian discourse, but whose story resonates here. Icarus flew too close to the sun, ignoring the warnings and consequences of his hubris. His wings melted, and he plummeted into the sea, a stark warning that ignoring divine boundaries can lead to catastrophic downfall. Similarly, spiritual arrogance or blindness during this cosmic shift can sever connection with divine guidance, leading to confusion and despair. Meanwhile, real-world luminaries such as Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and neurologist, have shown that even amidst chaos, the human spirit can find profound meaning. Frankl's experience underscores a critical principle during this cosmic portal: your capacity to transcend the noise, to listen beyond interference, and to align with a higher purpose will determine your passage through this threshold. A subtle hint comes from popular culture, rarely referenced in spiritual contexts. In Ingmar Bergman's film, The Seventh Seal, the silent chess game between death and the night is a powerful allegory of standing in the threshold between life and the unknown. The tension, the stillness, the unspoken knowledge, all mirror the sacred, quiet moment between rounds, that psychological and spiritual pause where everything hangs in the balance. This is the architecture of your soul's battleground and sanctuary alike. What happens when the old self struggles to detach from a collapsing timeline? Just like a tree shedding dead branches before spring, how do you remain anchored when the very ground beneath your feet seems to shift like tectonic plates, causing seismic spiritual tremors? Is this not the essence of transformation, a temporary dislocation necessary for rebirth? Finally, amid the swirling energies and frequencies, the psalmist's words ring true: "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. The stillness is not mere absence of movement, but a concentrated spiritual voltage, a charged moment of alignment with the divine blueprint. The portal is not simply opening, it is igniting the dormant circuitry of your soul, preparing you to receive mysteries and secrets never before unveiled to humanity. This moment demands that you rise, awake from the noise, and claim your place within the unfolding cosmic design. Do not shrink back into comfort zones. Stand firm like the mighty cedar that withstands storms, its roots deep and unshaken. This is your moment to step boldly into the new timeline, armed with divine frequency, spiritual resonance, and unwavering faith. Declare it now. You are not merely a passenger, but a warrior in this sacred battle of light and shadow. The portal awaits. The cosmic shift calls. Rise and answer with power. Others might see strange symbols, cryptic glyphs, or flashes fragments of a puzzle just beyond full comprehension. This unusual experience reveals that the dream realm no longer unfolds as a continuous story, but instead resembles a loading screen paused between dimensions. The full narrative is withheld because your consciousness is still rewiring itself, adapting to new cosmic frequencies and realities that challenge ordinary perception. To better understand this spiritual transformation, Dr. Elisabeth Kübler-Ross, the pioneering psychiatrist renowned for her groundbreaking work on the stages of grief, she observed that individuals navigating profound transitions often enter liminal states, thresholds, where clarity dissolves and the mind suspends in uncertainty. Kübler-Ross described these moments as the soul's crucible, where old constructs are stripped away to prepare for rebirth. This mirrors your present experience, a sacred recalibration that feels disorienting, but is necessary for your emergence into heightened spiritual awareness. What if this disorientation is not confusion, but the soul's necessary furnace melting away the old so the new can be forged? Rest, therefore, must not be pursued as a conventional prize or routine necessity. Rather, it arrives in unpredictable waves, reflecting the non-linear flow of your soul's work. You may find yourself slipping into sleep at 4 a.m., awakening fully alert by 7 a.m., or briefly closing your eyes for 20 minutes during daylight hours, emerging, refreshed beyond measure. These fragmented rhythms are no glitches. They are profound recalibrations, akin to tectonic plates silently shifting beneath the Earth's surface, unseen but vital for the landscape's renewal. As Matthew 11:28 reminds us, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This rest is not ordinary. It is a sacred renewal flowing from the divine source within you. Yet, lurking amidst this divine orchestration is a subtle adversary, the false comforter who seduces with promises of effortless peace but delivers spiritual stagnation. This deceptive presence preys on impatience and fear, urging you to resist the discomfort of transformation. History offers a poignant example, rarely examined in depth: Judas Iscariot, whose betrayal was not only an act of treachery, but a failure to align with divine timing and purpose. Judas's impatience severed his connection to the unfolding plan, ultimately sealing his tragic fate. His story stands as a solemn warning that rejection of sacred process invites ruin. This process of spiritual pruning is mirrored vividly in nature. The ancient oak, majestic and enduring, sheds its leaves each autumn, though the branches appear bare and lifeless. Beneath the surface, vital processes prepare the tree for vibrant spring growth. Similarly, this portal functions as a cosmic pruning, severing old attachments to prepare your spirit for profound new life. How will you respond to this enigmatic rest? Can you embrace the unknown rhythms that pulse through your being, trusting the unseen architects who remodel your soul's inner temple? The Apostle Paul exhorts believers in Ephesians 4:22-24 to put off your old self, be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and put on the new self, created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness. Such renewal is neither tidy nor comfortable. It is a sacred chaos birthing a new order. Amidst these spiritual tremors, your mind's architecture is transforming, like the vaulted ceilings of a Gothic cathedral that subtly shift to distribute weight and withstand storms. Your consciousness adjusts to unseen forces. As Psalm 46:5 declares, God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Each thought and feeling resonates at frequencies previously inaccessible, and your inner world becomes a resonant chamber of divine sound and light. Rise now and stand firm. This spiritual recalibration is not an incidental disturbance, but a deliberate divine design. You are chosen to traverse this cosmic portal, to awaken into a reality richer and more profound than ever before imagined. Reject fear and frustration. Embrace your role as a warrior in this sacred symphony of transformation. The portal is open. Step boldly into the new frequency awaiting your arrival. Your body intrinsically craves rest. Yet, this rest no longer arrives in long, uninterrupted stretches, but in fleeting, scattered bursts. This shift signals a profound change in how your inner rhythm aligns with the cosmos. Instead of measuring time by the clock or the calendar, a higher law now governs your cycles, one of energetic alignment and spiritual synchronization. When you cease struggling against this unseen current, the noise fades, and the signal, the divine frequency, becomes crystal clear. You no longer have to prove your readiness by external deeds or declarations. Your energy itself will announce your arrival. As Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." Your stillness becomes the architecture of your spiritual readiness. What makes this year's the 9th of September portal uniquely potent is not simply its coincidence with the full moon on the following day, an event known since antiquity to amplify energetic gateways, but something far more profound and subtle. Like the quiet shift of tectonic plates beneath a seemingly peaceful landscape, heralding an imminent earthquake of transformation. This portal does not demand action in the conventional sense. It does not ask for manifesting through rituals or spells. Rather, it beckons you to embody a new version of yourself, forged in silence, resilience, and authentic growth. Have you ever felt the difference between performing a ritual and truly living a transformation? The former is like painting a surface. The latter is the slow, invisible remodeling of the foundation beneath your soul's architecture. This year's portal reads not your scripted intentions, your carefully crafted vision boards, or even your whispered affirmations, but the raw frequency of who you are when the world is not watching. Like the majestic cedar tree that stands silently through storms, grounding itself deep in the earth even when no eye witnesses its strength. Your spiritual progress is encoded in your vibration, unseen but undeniable. The Apostle Paul wrote in 2 Corinthians 4:16, "Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day." This inner renewal is exactly what this portal amplifies. It bypasses surface-level efforts and tunes into the deep electromagnetic resonance of your soul's healing and growth. Imagine your energy field as a complex waveform, constantly modulating through frequencies of pain, joy, resistance, and surrender. This cosmic event acts like a celestial amplifier, filtering through the noise to read the true signal. To illustrate, the story of Saint Teresa of Avila, the 16th century mystic and reformer. Though she spent countless hours in prayer and contemplation, what truly transformed her was not the external acts, but the gradual sanctification of her inner being, a metamorphosis invisible to others, yet palpable in the radiant peace she emitted. In the same way, this portal honors the silent work done in the shadows, where your energy shifts quietly but irrevocably. How many times have you tried to force a breakthrough with sheer will, only to find yourself exhausted and empty? What if the breakthrough you seek is already present in your energy, waiting to be acknowledged rather than manufactured? This cosmic event challenges the prevailing paradigm of external hustle by turning the spotlight inward toward authentic alignment. From the perspective of modern physics, this can be compared to the principle of resonance, where a subtle frequency can cause profound shifts in a system's structure. Your spiritual and emotional bodies, like intricate, crystalline lattices, respond most powerfully not to noise, but to harmony, resonance with divine frequencies that raise your entire being. As Isaiah, Miranix and tapes and treaties and promises. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. This phenomenon echoes the deep, quiet moments before a symphony begins. When the orchestra is tuning, the conductor raises the baton, and tension mounts in the stillness. That moment of poised silence between movements, much like the quiet between rounds in a championship fight, carries more power than any explosive crescendo. This portal invites you to that sacred stillness, where your internal cosmos realigns in preparation for a breakthrough of unprecedented magnitude. For a modern cultural reflection, the 1977 film Jesus of Nazareth, directed by Franco Zeffirelli, captures the quiet authority of spiritual transformation through the life of Christ. Moments when silence speaks louder than words, and presence is more powerful than miracles. This subtle authority is precisely what this portal activates within you. In conclusion, this year's, the 9th of September, portal is not a call to frantic action, but an invitation to profound becoming. It is the universe's way of saying, your true power is measured not in what you do, but in who you are at your core, the quiet strength, the healed wounds, the unwavering alignment with divine purpose. It is time to stop wrestling with external expectations and start embodying the frequency of your destiny. Rise now with courage and clarity. Stand firm like the ancient oak that withstands the fiercest storms because its roots run deep. Declare yourself aligned with the cosmic flow, and let your energies speak volumes. The secrets once locked away from humanity are unlocked within you. This is your moment. Let your vibration be the testimony that shifts the world. The results you have long awaited will no longer depend on frantic hustle or desperate chasing, but will begin to flow effortlessly through your personal, energetic field, an invisible yet powerful space that governs attraction and manifestation. In scientific terms, your frequency, your unique vibrational signature, is the true instrument of your application to the universe's grand design. The cosmos, like a vast resonant chamber, has already tuned into your signal. Have you noticed how strangers suddenly respond to you with unexpected warmth, or how doors open in conversations you never anticipated? What could explain these sudden shifts in energy that seem to come from nowhere? Opportunities will start to orbit your life as naturally as planets revolve around the sun, drawing you into the perfect moments without strain or force. It's as if you have become a celestial body whose gravitational pull commands attention without effort. This remarkable alignment is not random. It is the intricate interplay between the 9th of September cosmic portal and the fullness of the moon. A dual gateway clearing the static noise of doubt, shoulds, and exhausting efforts from your inner frequency. Psychologists refer to this as a recalibration of your mental bandwidth, the brain's capacity to filter distractions and attune to higher-order patterns. What if the noise you've carried for years is simply static, waiting to be cleared? In the architectural wisdom of the soul, imagine this moment as the construction of a celestial cathedral where every arch and beam has been precisely placed to bear the weight of your divine destiny. This sacred, heavenly architecture is being elevated now, removing structural stress to allow a purer flow of spiritual energy and clarity. What has been missing for so many is this very alignment, ease without complacency, natural magnetism without manipulation. It is the difference between a tree that grows steadily, rooted in rich soil and nourished by invisible mycelial networks beneath the earth, versus one that is forcibly bent by relentless winds. Could it be that your growth has been silently supported beneath the surface all along? Waiting for the right season, the portal's energy acts like a subtle but powerful current beneath your conscious awareness, lifting you like a gentle tide without demanding you to swim upstream. Biblical wisdom echoes this transformative rhythm, as Psalm 46:10 commands, "Be still and know that I am God." This stillness is not passivity, but a dynamic alignment with the divine frequency itself, a sacred silence that prepares the soul for manifestation. Similarly, Isaiah 4:8 promises, "But those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." Here, the metaphor of the eagle's flight embodies the shift from effort-driven striving to a soaring in divine timing and alignment. How often do we forget that true strength comes not from pushing harder, but from trusting the timing beyond our control. This portal is designed to rekindle a sensation lost to many in the noise of daily life. Hope. The kind of hope that doesn't shimmer faintly, but bursts into vibrant color like a dawn breaking after a long night. Have you caught yourself smiling at seemingly nothing? Or daydreaming, not as an escape, but as a blueprint for your future? These are not mere coincidences. They are signs. Your inner world is beginning to mirror the promises of the cosmos. It's an energetic confirmation that you are moving from the inside out, embodying the truth that the moon does not merely reflect light, but reflects the very essence of you. The full moon, ancient civilizations believed, is a powerful amplifier of intention and manifestation. In the great European Renaissance play, The Tempest by Shakespeare, the motif of the moon's reflection symbolizes the soul's unveiling of hidden secrets and the unlocking of new realms. Just as Prospero commands the unseen forces of nature, so too does this cosmic portal command unseen energies within you, energies that once lay dormant, now awakened to reveal secrets humanity was never meant to know. What hidden forces within might you now be ready to command? In modern times, entrepreneur and visionary Simon Sinek once remarked, "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it." This portal aligns you with your deepest why, the resonant frequency of your divine purpose. As your frequency stabilizes, you begin to notice subtle shifts in the responses around you, like the calm between rounds in a championship fight. This is the moment of sacred pause, a recalibration that determines the trajectory of your breakthrough. Yet, there are always forces opposed to this awakening. The cautionary tale of a figure like Icarus from ancient myth, whose reckless ascent towards the sun ended in tragic downfall. Likewise, in the present day, there are those who attempt to disrupt the cosmic flow, those who cling to fear, control, and stagnation, unknowingly blocking their own progress and sowing discord. The consequences are clear: fragmentation of mind, loss of peace, and spiritual exhaustion. What might be standing in your way, silently draining your momentum? But you are called to rise above these shadows. Like the resilient cedar tree that thrives even in the harshest mountain winds, you are designed to stand firm, your roots deep in faith and your branches reaching the heavens. Revelation 21, 5 declares, "Behold, I am making all things new." This portal is a manifestation of that promise, an invitation to awaken and step fully into your divine inheritance. The question now is, will you embrace this sacred architecture of your soul and move with the cosmic current, or resist the wave and remain anchored in the familiar? The choice will define your trajectory, not just for this season, but for the unfolding of your destiny. Rise now. This is your moment of alignment, your call to action. Stand tall, sharpen your spiritual senses, and declare your sovereignty. The secrets are being unlocked. The portal is open. Step through with courage and faith. For what lies ahead is a realm where miracles become reality, and the power of God's chosen ones is revealed in full. While the 99 portal gently cracks the door open to a new spiritual dimension, it is the full moon on the 10th of September that swings this door wide with a profound intensity few are prepared to face. Yet, this celestial event offers more than just a glimpse of what lies ahead. It mirrors back to you the essence of who you truly are. Have you noticed how often what you think you've left behind clings to you like a shadow in the fading light? The full moon magnifies this truth, holding your past under a divine lens and asking without mercy, are you truly done with this chapter of your life? This is no ordinary closure. The moon's glow does not simply light the path forward, but demands confirmation of your release. It confronts half-hearted departures, whether old beliefs, toxic patterns, or lingering emotionalities, with a relentless reminder: only through full surrender can transformation be authentic. The Apostle Paul's warning in 2 Corinthians 13:5 echoes here: "Examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves." The full moon acts as this celestial examiner, not to punish but to ensure embodiment of the lesson learned, not mere memorization but integration at the soul level. Renowned speaker and spiritual teacher Marianne Williamson once shared a powerful insight: "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." This moment challenges whether you have truly stepped into that power or if remnants of fear continue to bind you. The emotional surge that may hit unexpectedly is not regression, but a necessary energetic detox, like the shedding of old skin that allows new growth. Imagine the trees in autumn, shedding leaves in vibrant, sometimes chaotic flurries. This is nature's way of clearing the old to prepare for new life. This detox can manifest in surprising ways. Memories long buried might resurface suddenly, perhaps triggered by a dream or an unexpected message from someone in your past. Tears may flow without a clear cause, and emotions may seem to come from nowhere. Does this feel unsettling? It is the very process of purification, the emotional architecture of your soul being rebuilt like a cathedral after a storm. Even the strongest structures must sometimes be stripped to their foundations before rising anew. However, this purging phase is not without opposition. The story of Judas Iscariot, the infamous betrayer from the Bible, whose inability to release greed and betrayal led to his tragic downfall. His story serves as a stark reminder of the consequences when one resists necessary transformation. Judas's betrayal not only shattered relationships, but also led to his own destruction, an example of spiritual decay born from refusal to truly let go. What shadows might you still be harboring that risk undermining your breakthrough? Similarly, in contemporary history, the tale of Elizabeth Holmes, once heralded as a visionary entrepreneur, serves as a cautionary parallel. Driven by deception and denial, she attempted to mask flaws rather than confront them, resulting in public disgrace and legal consequences. These examples illuminate the high stakes of half measures and unhealed wounds. The cosmos, through the 99 portal and the full moon's illumination, invites full honesty and surrender, for only then can true healing and elevation occur. As the Apostle James reminds us in James 4:7, "Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." Submission here means complete yielding, allowing divine forces to uproot what no longer serves you. Even if the process is uncomfortable, this celestial trial is the sacred test after the lesson, designed not to trick but to purify. Much like the refining fire that separates gold from dross, you stand at a spiritual crossroads. Will you embrace this necessary detoxification, trusting that the emotional upheaval is the prelude to a new dawn, or will you resist, holding on to the familiar residues that weigh down your soul? The choice will echo not only through your present, but reverberate into the architecture of your eternal destiny. Rise with courage. This portal and the full moon together are not mere cosmic events. They are the divine engineers reconstructing the spiritual infrastructure within you. Your heart, mind, and spirit are being recalibrated for a higher frequency of existence. Answer the call with faith and resolve. Let the old be fully released so the new can flourish beyond your wildest imaginings. For those who have undertaken the deep internal work on the ethereal threshold, what we might call the eth, the full moon acts like a celestial amplifier, magnifying every subtle shift in clarity you have painstakingly cultivated. Suddenly, pieces of your inner puzzle begin to lock into place with crystalline precision. Your vision sharpens, much like the keen eye of a falcon surveying the vast expanse below. Decisions that once felt mired in hesitation and doubt now emerge as obvious and effortless truths. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to move forward without the heavy fog of second-guessing clouding your path? Dreams during this lunar phase are not mere flights of fancy, but vivid, symbolic tapestries woven from the deepest threads of your subconscious. They pulse with emotional resonance, echoing the sacred language of your soul. This mirror the moon holds up to you is far from passive. It reflects not only who you have been, but magnifies with luminous intensity the energy you have shifted, be it light or shadow, projecting it outward in every direction like ripples from a stone cast into a still lake. Biblical wisdom resonates powerfully here. As Proverbs 20:27 states, "The spirit of man is the lamp of the Lord, searching all his innermost parts." This internal illumination is no mere metaphor, but a spiritual phenomenon, the lamp growing brighter with each layer of self-awareness peeled back. The full moon's light becomes this divine searchlight, exposing what you have truly transformed and what remains in need of your attention. Should progress have been made, breakthroughs become tangible, like the first buds bursting through the frost-hardened earth in early spring, a sign that dormant life has awakened. Resistance, however, manifests as friction, akin to the scraping of stones or the harsh discord of clashing cymbals, uncomfortable but essential for growth. Could discomfort be the universe's way of signaling that you are on the precipice of a breakthrough? This sacred checkpoint is neither judgment nor punishment. It is confirmation, a moment of truth, where the current of your spiritual evolution becomes undeniable. How you feel in this window will reveal not your hopes or aspirations, but the raw reality of your growth. There will be no retreat to your former self after this moment. This is not a test designed to break you, but an activation calling you into your true power. In the intricate dance of cosmic energies surrounding the 99 portal, there lies an architectural precision akin to the harmonic resonance studied in physics, frequencies aligning and amplifying to form a coherent whole greater than the sum of its parts, like the silent moments between symphonic movements. This window is a pause, pregnant with possibility, setting the stage for the next crescendo of your spiritual symphony. The profound European oratorio Messiah by Handel offers an evocative parallel. Its opening chorus, "And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed," captures the essence of this activation, the unveiling of divine light within the darkness. Just as the music lifts the soul, the energies of 99 elevate your being to a higher octave of consciousness. What does it mean to be truly activated? Will you embrace this call to awaken, shedding the layers that no longer serve, and step boldly into the frequency of your divine destiny? This flow is far from aimless. It is a precise, intelligent current, a searchlight scanning not for perfection or popularity, but for resilience, woven into your very frequency. Have you sensed that subtle yet persistent pressure beneath the surface, that quiet hum, an almost imperceptible vibration, urging you to show up differently, to do more, not born of anxiety or guilt, nor of ego's restless demands, but of something higher? This is the signal of your higher self, a resonance reaching a crescendo on the 9th of September and 10, amplifying like a master tuning the strings of a celestial harp. Spiritual energy does not chase the loudest voices. Rather, it seeks the strongest frequencies, the souls vibrating at a pitch resilient enough to anchor immense cosmic shifts. How deeply are you prepared to resonate with this divine call? As Jeremiah 29:11 declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." Oded, this not as a dramatic summons but an energetic recruitment. Vast waves of transformational potential are crashing against the Earth's energetic field. Much like tidal forces reshaping a coastline over millennia, not every vessel is designed to withstand such currents. But you may be among the few whose inner architecture, the spiritual blueprint of your being, is engineered to hold steady amidst this upheaval. What does it mean for your soul's design to be built for this moment of cosmic transformation? This invitation will not arrive with fanfare, certificates, or applause. It is gritty and raw, whispered in moments of stillness when the old patterns no longer fit the contours of your soul. Perhaps you feel compelled to declutter your physical and emotional space, to sever toxic cycles or habits that once seemed tolerable, but now gnaw at your peace. The higher the energetic frequency, the sharper its edge, the invitation becomes more precise, more urgent. The patience for meaningless distractions evaporates, and the things once tolerated now feel unbearable. This clarity is not coldness but refinement, a recalibration of your internal compass to align with the next wave of cosmic energy. Could this shedding be the doorway to the freedom you've been yearning for? Romans 8:28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." The Bible reminds us in Romans 12:2, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." This transformation is neither passive nor superficial. It is an active, ongoing renovation of your spiritual architecture, where old beams of limitation are replaced by new frameworks of divine strength in the realm of physics. This process resembles the principle of resonance, where only systems oscillating at compatible frequencies can sustain and amplify energy. Your spiritual frequency is tuning into the incoming wave, preparing to amplify it rather than be overwhelmed. Just as a skilled architect designs a cathedral to bear monumental weight while preserving grace, your soul is being structurally reinforced to carry this higher energy without collapse. The call is not to save the world single-handedly, but to maintain the integrity of your own light without dimming it. It is to walk confidently into this next phase, fully conscious of your divine capacity. After the energetic reset initiated by the 99 portal and the illuminating full moon, those who have answered this call will find themselves not just changed in feeling, but fundamentally transformed in being. Are you ready to hold this light unyieldingly, even when the darkness tries to press in? Legendary spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle observed, "Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have." This resonates with the moment's gravity, the now where your frequency anchors and your transformation crystallizes. Stand firm as an unshakable pillar amidst cosmic storms. For your light is a beacon, not only for yourself, but for all who seek hope. Rise with courage. This is your sacred assignment to embody resilience, to vibrate at your highest frequency, and to become an anchor in the shifting tides of spiritual awakening. The universe is calling the strong, the steadfast, and the unwavering. Step forward boldly. The time to embody your divine power is now. You are not merely visible in the grand tapestry of the universe. You are divinely chosen and specifically selected for this pivotal moment. While most wait passively for the stars to align in their favor, you are already living inside the very instant when celestial forces converge with unprecedented precision. What is unfolding on the 9th of September is not an ordinary astronomical event nor a mere calendar marker. It is a convergence so rare and powerful that it can only be described as a cosmic symphony playing a note unheard for decades. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to stand exactly where time and destiny intersect? Where the universe itself holds its breath, this moment surpasses the usual full moon or yearly celestial checkpoints. It is a rare fusion of two mighty cosmic phenomena, the Lion's Gate portal, aligning perfectly with a charged full moon. Imagine these two as colossal lenses, precisely stacking their energy signatures to create a unique field, an energy resonance so intense. It forms a hyper-clear, focused path between the realms of the seen and the unseen. The Bible speaks about such appointed times. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Ecclesiastes 3:1. This is your season, your cosmic fingerprint etched into the fabric of time, never to repeat in this exact configuration for decades to come. What could this rare alignment signify for you personally? Picture it as crossing a crystalline bridge suspended between your past and future self. A narrow yet stable archway of possibility that exists only fleetingly, like a rare butterfly emerging from its chrysalis. You stand at the threshold of transformation. Yet the bridge is transient. It will dissolve, if not crossed with purpose and intent. Will you move boldly forward? Or will you be forced to wait years, perhaps decades, to meet this gateway again? The spiritual atmosphere enveloping this moment resembles the fragile calm of a cathedral's vaulted ceiling, an architectural marvel designed to withstand storms while channeling divine light and sound in perfect harmony. This cosmic bridge is your personal liminal space, where the energetic distance between who you were and who you are becoming is nearly non-existent. Theologian C.S. Lewis once described spiritual transformation as being hammered into shape on the anvil of divine purpose. This portal acts like that anvil, forging breakthroughs faster than ever before. What would typically require months or years of painful unraveling and growth can now collapse instantaneously in a flash of insight. How often do moments arise when years of emotional turmoil and confusion can be compressed into a single revelation? In this sacred alignment, healing, clarity, and spiritual release accelerate with the force of a supernova, turning what would feel like a dark night of the soul into a brief, profound recalibration of your inner compass. Scripture confirms this extraordinary acceleration. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. Isaiah 40:31. The cosmos itself echoes this promise now. However, the key to unlocking this swift transformation lies in intention and surrender. This is not a moment for hesitation. It calls for decisive movement. Like the tension in a symphony's crescendo, every note measured and vital. Like the quiet pause between rounds in a championship fight. This portal offers a moment of sacred stillness that allows divine momentum to build unseen beneath the surface. This rare alignment can be compared to a resonance chamber within the human brain, where neurons fire in synchrony, producing a moment of heightened perception and clarity. Your spiritual architecture is being rewired, frequencies recalibrated, and old limiting patterns shattered like glass under the precise strike of a master craftsman's hammer. Consider the natural world. Just as the oak tree's roots grow deeper after surviving a storm, so too are you being grounded and strengthened in this intense spiritual weather. The lion, the ancient symbol of courage and kingship associated with the lion's gate, reminds us that strength arises not in ease, but in facing fierce trial. On the other side of this light stands the adversary, reminiscent of King Herod's relentless attempts to thwart divine plans in the Bible, whose fear and paranoia led to destruction and ruin. Such forces seek to disrupt this sacred alignment by sowing doubt and delay. But their power diminishes in the face of intentional faith and courage, as Ephesians 6:12 reminds us. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. The writer and inspirational speaker Simon Sinek warns about resistance in any transformational journey. The cost of not starting is often far greater than the cost of failure. Will hesitation allow the enemy's shadow to obscure your breakthrough? Or will you rise as the warrior architect of your destiny, echoing through centuries? The composer Johann Sebastian Bach's masterpiece, The Well-Tempered Clavier, teaches us about harmony achieved through the balance of contrasting tones, light and dark, tension and release. Just as your soul is called now to harmonize with this cosmic rhythm, the heavens are opening a gateway of revelation and power that humanity was never meant to casually encounter. What secrets will you unlock on this sacred the 9th of September? How will this portal shift the trajectory of your life for the next decade? This is your moment to rise. Stand with unwavering faith. Cross the bridge of destiny before it closes, and claim the transformation written in the stars. The time to act is now, no longer merely chosen. You are called to conquer. Declare it in your spirit and walk forward as the architect of your divine future. This cosmic moment demands your full consciousness and presence. It is not a passive force that simply imposes change upon you without consent. Rather, it extends an invitation, a divine offering, waiting patiently to see if you will rise up and meet it halfway. Have you felt moments in life where opportunities seemed to hover just out of reach because you were distracted or unaware? This portal works much the same. If your attention is scattered, or if you drift through these sacred hours as if sleepwalking, this profound window of transformation will slip past you silently, leaving no footprint on your soul. How often do we underestimate the power of reverence for time itself in this sacred pause? It is vital to honor every whisper of insight, even those that initially defy understanding. Writing them down, journaling your experience, is like planting seeds in the fertile soil of your spirit, nurturing future revelation. As Proverbs reminds us, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it. Habakkuk 2:2. If your body feels restless or uneasy, cultivate stillness. This paradox of inner quiet amid external unrest mirrors the tension seen in nature, where the mighty river flows calmly beneath a surface rippled by winds. Such stillness holds immense power. It is the silent architect of transformation. What small decision, no matter how seemingly insignificant, can you make right now to declare the kind of energy you refuse to tolerate any longer, or the new life you are determined to step into? Moments like these are rare windows in time. They do not simply pause and resume. They reset the entire trajectory of your existence. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Psalm 37:7 echoes this divine principle. Consider the words of Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. This divine stillness is not about understanding everything instantly, but making space to receive answers already prepared for you. This night is not merely a date on a calendar, it is a cosmic signal, a spiritual sonar, pinging the depths of your being. How you respond, whether with awareness or ignorance, decides if the coming shift carries you forward or leaves you behind. You are not trapped in overthinking. Instead, you are overwhelmed by the sheer volume of divine input flooding your consciousness. The phenomenon called thought cascades is not a flaw, but a hallmark of this powerful double portal alignment, as Isaiah prophesied. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. Isaiah 55:8. Reminding us that divine timing and perception often surpass human understanding. This experience is not anxiety, distraction, or mental breakdown. It is your brain expanding, stretched wide open like a vast cathedral dome, letting in streams of light. You may feel sudden torrents of inspiration, epiphanies, solutions, and realizations all arriving at once, each demanding attention. It's as if your mind breathes in 5 or 6 major revelations in a single inhalation, then abruptly goes silent, staring blankly, like a static-filled television screen in a dim room. Then, in a rapid cycle, the flood of thoughts returns, overwhelming yet purposeful. This is no malfunction. It is the energetic convergence within you, where 2 immense cosmic forces overlap and dance. Call to me, and I will answer you, and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3 assures us that this overflow of insight is a call to deeper revelation. On one side, the 9/9 Lion's Gate portal pulses with urgency and activation like a high-frequency tuning fork, compelling you toward immediate action and sharp clarity. This surge of ideas and direction is the frequency of doing, pushing you to move now. On the opposite side rests the full moon's serene energy, stillness, intuition, and receptive being. This wave hushes the mind's chatter, inviting you to feel the subtle currents landing beneath your conscious awareness. Your fluctuating thoughts are not failing you. They are engaged in a delicate cosmic dance, balancing motion with rest. As it is written, "For God gave us a spirit not of fear but of power and love and self-control." 2 Timothy 1-7. In nature, this dynamic recalls the rare phenomenon of bioluminescent waves crashing silently onto a midnight shore, energy and light pulsating in cycles of intensity and calm, revealing hidden depths beneath apparent darkness. Or consider the magnificent baobab tree, whose roots lie deep underground, unseen yet vital, providing steady nourishment while its branches sway calmly in the breeze above. Such duality in nature mirrors the portal's call to hold stillness within movement, silence within thought. This dual rhythm is beautifully reflected in the lesser-known play Everyman from medieval Europe, where the protagonist must balance action with reflection to complete his spiritual journey. The cosmic portal asks you to embody this sacred balance, to act with fierce urgency while surrendering to the wisdom of silence. It is a moment to become both warrior and mystic, architect and worshipper. What will your response be as these celestial waves crash within you? Will you embrace the flood of insight and stillness, or will you retreat into confusion and distraction? This portal is your divine summons to rise, to align your frequency with heaven's architecture, and to walk boldly into the new era, awaiting your anointed footsteps. Right now, your consciousness is oscillating between 2 distinct timelines, attempting to weave them seamlessly into one coherent experience. This back and forth movement can leave you feeling unmoored, as though the ground beneath your feet is shifting like tectonic plates during an earthquake. Have you ever found yourself mid-sentence, only to lose the thread of your thought? Or entered a room charged with inspiration and suddenly felt blank, as if a vital signal had been interrupted? This is not a symptom of memory loss, but a phenomenon akin to multidimensional data traffic crossing your mind's bandwidth simultaneously. Your human cognition is still recalibrating to process this surge of information flooding in from multiple realms. Neuroscientifically speaking, it's like your brain is synchronizing disparate neural networks, attempting to achieve harmonic resonance amidst a complex frequency interplay. As Proverbs reminds us, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding." Proverbs 2-6. The principle here is critical. Do not resist this process. Do not attempt to force linear clarity during what is essentially a non-linear event. These cascades of thought are not designed for intellectual dissection, but for storage and integration. Imagine your mind as a sophisticated data center. Some inputs require immediate processing, while others are temporarily cached for future assimilation. Record your bursts of insight through voice notes. Jot down fragmented words or phrases, even if they seem incoherent. And most importantly, embrace the silence that follows these surges. That blank space is not a failure or mental block. It is the spiritual integration phase akin to the calm after a powerful electromagnetic pulse when systems reboot and upgrades occur behind the scenes. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Psalm 37:7 encourages this sacred patience. Psychologically, this phase resembles the inter-round pause in professional boxing, a brief but vital moment of recovery and strategy recalibration before the next intense burst of action. Spiritually, this is where your inner architecture realigns, much like the vaulted arches of a Gothic cathedral recalibrating under shifting weight to maintain its grandeur and stability. Transformation is quietly embedding itself within your very bones, waiting for you to embody the change fully, as Isaiah declared. "But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." Isaiah 40-31. Reminding us of the strength found in divine timing. It is essential to understand that your transformation is not halted by these intermittent pauses in thought. Rather, these fluctuations are evidence of a process transcending ordinary language and linear understanding. Trust that when all these scattered signals reassemble, they will coalesce into a revelation far beyond your current comprehension. The portal you are navigating does not close with dramatic finality. Instead, it settles within you, echoing in the depths of your being, patiently awaiting your next move. As it is written, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you." Psalm 32-8. Highlighting the divine guidance present in these moments of stillness. Many misunderstand the 9th of September as a conclusion, a finish line to be crossed. In truth, it is the ignition point of a far-reaching spiritual and energetic awakening. This is not a mere 24-hour cosmic event to be passively witnessed and then forgotten. The frequencies activated during this Lion's Gate portal ripple outward, amplifying and resonating through every facet of your life long after the calendar page turns. Think of the 9th of September as the moment the universe entrusts you with the pen to script your destiny. What you think, feel, and consciously direct your energy toward becomes the ink on that cosmic parchment. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16:3. Beginning on the 10th of September, the full moon assumes its role as the seal of divine precision. imprinting your intentions and revelations into your energetic field with lunar exactitude. This sealing process is analogous to the quantum entanglement phenomenon in physics, where particles remain interconnected across vast distances. Your intentions become entangled with cosmic forces, influencing outcomes far beyond immediate perception. To illustrate, renowned neuroscientist Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, who after suffering a stroke, described the profound shift between left brain linear thinking and right brain holistic awareness. Her experience mirrors the energetic duality you are encountering now, the tension between focused doing and receptive being, action and stillness, logic and intuition. This integration, though disorienting, is the crucible of higher consciousness. The key lies in harnessing this energetic architecture, this divine neural rewiring, to author your life story with clarity and power. The cosmic portal invites you to step into this elevated blueprint with confidence, knowing the universe supports your evolution at every turn. You will not be manifesting your future by chance or randomness. Instead, you are broadcasting a chosen frequency, a distinct spiritual resonance into a universe that has become more attuned and responsive than it has been in years. The moment after the 8th of September marks a profound shift. The cosmos stops questioning your intentions and begins responding directly to the signal you emit. How conscious are you of the energy you are putting out? Because from the 9th of September through the 12th, whatever you focus on, be it your deepest fears, your highest hopes, your unspoken doubts, your burning desires, or sudden insights, will begin to crystallize and materialize in tangible form. This is the law of spiritual resonance in action. As it is written, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." Psalm 37:4. What then unfolds after this pivotal day? You receive exactly what you have claimed, in spirit and in word. If you have called out for truth, expect masks to drop, both your own and those worn by others around you. If you sought purpose, to be ready for a redirection so profound, it will reroute your jobs, relationships, and entire life paths. If your petition was for power, prepare to confront the internal areas where you have repeatedly surrendered your authority. Above all, expect testing not as a punishment, but as a process of refinement. The universe, like a master jeweler, will require you to walk the talk of what you have called into existence. Consider it pure joy. Whenever you face trials of many kinds, James 1-2 reminds us that trials are part of divine growth. This is not a threat. It is an invitation to become undeniable. The portal opens for you, and the full moon seals this opening with cosmic authority. What happens next is a mirror, reflecting the measure of what you dared to believe was possible. Yet, this is where many falter. Most people assume the event ends on the 9th of September. They fall asleep to their own divine assignments, slipping back into old loops, missing the sacred alchemy meant to transform them. But if you remain awake, still feeling the stirrings of this energy, you understand that the countdown did not end. It merely began anew, setting a trajectory that forces a choice: rise or repeat. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders. Hebrews 12:1. For example, renowned spiritual teacher and author Eckhart Tolle once explained how the moment of awakening is often followed by a crucible of testing, where old patterns attempt to reassert control. His insight reminds us that awakening is not the end, but the beginning of a new challenge. Similarly, the entrepreneur Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, has spoken candidly about how early success was accompanied by relentless internal battles to maintain her vision and power against doubt and external opposition. Remember also the promise of Psalm 18:29, "With your help I can advance against a troop, with my God I can scale a wall." Conversely, history provides stark examples of those who resisted this refining fire. The story of Judas Iscariot, the apostle who betrayed Christ, his failure to align with divine purpose, led not only to his personal downfall, but also to a legacy marked by regret and betrayal, illustrating the devastating consequences of refusing to rise to the test. His story warns that spiritual portals and opportunities can be gateways to victory or destruction, depending on the choices we make. This cosmic process can be likened to the tension and release in high-level chess matches, where the moments of quiet concentration between moves hold the weight of the entire game's outcome. These are the moments when the player must anticipate the opponent's strategy and respond with precision and courage. Your spiritual journey at this portal mirrors that delicate balance, the silent, sacred pauses, preparing you for decisive action. The question remains, will you rise to embody the undeniable truth of your calling? Or will you slip back into the cycles of repetition and resistance? The universe waits, poised to respond. The portal has opened. The moon has sealed it. Your move now defines everything that follows. And this time, there is no room left to pretend that you didn't feel the shift. The subtle yet undeniable call, stirring deep within your soul. If you are still here, still watching, it means your spirit is alert, awake to the cosmic currents that are moving the world and moving you. This moment is not random, it is a divine appointment, and you have shown up for it. For that, I want to thank you deeply. Thank you for dedicating your precious time, your focus, and your heart to receive this message. If this content has touched your spirit or sparked new understanding, please take a moment right now to like this video. Your likes help this message reach more chosen souls who need to hear it just as much as you do. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you won't miss the powerful insights coming your way. Hit the notification bell to stay connected with every new release. Sharing is caring. Share this video with your friends, family, or anyone you sense might be called to this awakening. You never know whose life might be changed by a single share. And most importantly, leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your experiences, or questions. Your voice could be the encouragement or breakthrough someone else needs to read right now. Whether or not you have supported us through Super Thanks, know that your presence here means the world. Every view, every engagement, every prayer, and every ounce of support fuels this mission to spread light and truth to those ready to rise. So stand firm in this truth. You are chosen, you are empowered, and your divine journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Walk boldly, live intentionally, and embrace the transformation awaiting you. Until next time, may God's peace fill your heart. May His wisdom guide your steps, and may His strength be your refuge in every moment. Take care, stay aligned, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more transformative content that will help you walk confidently into your God-ordained destiny. God bless you abundantly on this sacred path.